And coming up, a coast-to-coast crackdown on trafficking children. The FBI announcing 300 prostitution arrests, a nationwide roundup from L.A. to Sacramento. Look at all the cities that are involved in this. Who knew that all of this was going on in so many places in America? Miami and Boston also on the list. It's part of a program that's been going on called Innocence Lost. It is designed to protect children from sexual abuse. Agents combing truck stops in seedy neighborhoods looking for pimps and prostitutes.
The sad truth is that we can never give these children back the innocence that rightly should have been a part of their childhood. However, we can ensure that we are better equipped to identify such victims, bring the perpetrators to justice, and hopefully spare other children from such abuse.
All right, Catherine Harris joins me live now from Washington. Catherine, what have we learned from this news conference today?
Well, it just wrapped up a few minutes ago with the FBI director, and one of the most striking headlines is that in the arrests over the last week, they were able to rescue 21 child victims, so 21 kids who were involved in prostitution. And we also learned at the news conference that about 70% of the kids who live on the street are now getting involved in prostitution, and the entry age for boys is 11. And the entry age for girls is 13. And one of the reasons that they're seeing these developments is, as you would probably guess, because of the Internet. They said to reporters today the Internet is really facilitating these child prostitution rings because it's taking a lot of the risk out of it for the pimp. They can put up the information on the net, get the clients, and there's much less risk. So they're seeing Main Street is not where the trafficking is going on now. It's really going on in cyberspace, Martha.
Yeah. Catherine, it's Trace. What are the charges they're facing here?
Well, interestingly, in this latest roundup, they're looking mostly at local and state charges, prostitution, pandering. In this particular case, that seems to be where the greatest penalties can be found. There didn't seem to be any evidence just in this operation of any federal charges, which typically would include taking these kids across state lines.
Yeah, and we know this is a standalone operation, or is it part of a larger law enforcement crackdown? Are we going to see more of this, Catherine?
We are going to see more. This set of arrests over the last week was part of something called Operation Cross Country. This was just a sub-element, if you will, of a larger project that the FBI is involved in called Operation Innocence or Innocence Lost. That began in June of 2003, and over that period of time, we learned today that they've rescued 409 kids who were involved in prostitution, and in this last week, 21. So we will see more. That's correct.
Catherine Harris live for us in D.C.